morning, dear students. Today you are going to learn the binomial series which already have taken the notes. So in the previous class also I have given some formulas to remember. By using that expansion formulas, you are going to see the today's problem. But remember, for this problem you need the first chapter very thorough, that is partial fraction. Already we have seen in the past classes partial fraction. So that partial fraction is going to be useful here. After the partial fraction solving method only we are going to solve this coefficient of x power n. Anyhow, for this problem you see, find the coefficient of x power n in the expansion of x square minus 10x plus 13 divided by x minus 1 into x square minus 5x plus 6. Okay, so for this problem, what is that? First you have to use the partial fraction method, x square minus 10x plus 13 divided by x minus 1 into x square minus 5x plus 6, which is equal to. Now for this partial fraction method, first you have to identify whether it is a type 1, type 2 or type 3 problem. See here in the denominator, you have two factors, one factor of degree 1, another one is factor of degree 2. But remember, as I have told that this can be partial into a bx plus c. But before that, I have already told that how to identify whether it can be able to split in the form of factorization possible or not. Whether you have to check first. Otherwise, if it is not able to split, then you have to go by using the type 2 method. Otherwise, you have to go for type 1 method. So here, first let us check whether it is able to factorize or not. See here, the coefficient of x square is 1, 6, 1 into 6, 6. Coefficient of x is minus 5. So, what are the two numbers whose multiplication is plus 6, addition or subtraction is minus 5? Minus 3, minus 2. So, minus 3, minus 2 are the factors for this this term. So this polynomial. Therefore, you can easily able to split this factor. Then all these factors become like this: x square minus 10x plus 13 whole divided by x minus 1. So the factorization you will get x minus 2 and x minus 3. So therefore, you can able to split all these factors into degree 1. Therefore, it is type 1 problem. Type 1 in partial fraction. So therefore, you have to easily split by this way: a by x minus 1 plus b by x minus 2 plus c by x minus 3. If it is cannot be able to split here, then they use type 2 partial fraction method, already what we have learned. Okay, now from this, now you have to identify the value of a, b and c. For that, easily you set x is equal to 1, then set x is equal to 2, then set x is equal to 3. Before that, you have to just simplify in the form of equation type. Okay. So x square minus 10x plus 13 is equal to a into, take LCM, that is the a into x minus 2, x minus 3. What are the missing term with this? Plus b into x minus 1, x minus 3 plus c into x minus 1, x minus 2. So the missing term for each and every one you have to multiply. So this is equation number 1. Now you put x is equal to 1. So first we put x is equal to 1. We will get 1 minus 10 minus 9. Minus 9 plus 13. 13 minus 9, what? 4. Okay, is equal to a into 1 minus 2 minus 1. 1 minus 2, 1 minus 3 minus 2. Okay, plus if you put here 1 minus 1, the term becomes 0. 1 minus 1, the term becomes 0. So the second and third term automatically going to be vanish when you put x equal to 1. Now what I am doing is simplification. Minus into minus plus, 1 into 2, 2. So now you bring multiple terms from right to left, it's become in the form of fraction, that is division. A is equal to 2. After cancellation, you are getting easily a equal to 2. Now put x equal to 2. 2 square 4 minus 10 into 2, 20 minus 20 plus 30 is equal to 2 minus 2. The first term becomes 0. 2 minus 2, third term becomes 0. Only remaining the second term, that is b into 2 minus 1, 1. 2 minus 3, minus 1. Now you simplify. Plus term, 13 plus 4, 17. 17 minus 20, minus 3 is equal to minus 1 into minus 1, minus 1 into 1, 1 into minus b. Minus get cancelled on both sides, you will get b equal to 3. So you got it a and b. Now similarly, you put x equal to, yes, 3. Put x equal to 3. Now if you put x equal to 3, 3 square 9 minus 3 10 30 plus 13 equal to, if you put 3 here, the first term becomes 0. If you put 3 here, your second term becomes 0. If you put 3 here, 3 minus 1, 2. 3 minus 2 plus 1. Okay. 3 minus 2 plus 1. 3 minus 1, 2. Okay. Now 13 plus 9. 22. 22 minus 30. Minus 8. Okay. Minus 8 equal to c into 2. You cancel these two terms. 4 2s are 8. C equal to minus 4. So you got it, the value of A, B and C. So now you substitute all these three values in this Roman letter 1. Okay. You will get the required partial fraction. This is the method already which we have solved in the chapter 1. Now extra little bit you have to go for 5 or 6 steps to find out the coefficient of x power n. Now you see here. Now I will, all these values I substitute here. The value of A is 2. The value of B is 3. The value of C is minus 4. After substitution all these A, B, C value, we will get this required partial fraction. Okay. Now in this required partial fraction, you have to find out the coefficient. So for this, what you will do? Just you bring x minus 1 to the numerator. So it's become inverse, obviously, from the denominator to numerator. If you bring the term, whole inverse. Similarly, 3 into x minus 2 whole inverse plus, sorry, this is minus 4, isn't it? X minus 3 whole inverse. Okay. Now I don't have formula for 1 minus x. X minus 1. But I have a formula for 1 minus x in the binomial expansion. Already we have seen 1 minus x is equal to 1 plus x square plus x cube, like that. So that I want 1 minus x, not x minus 1. So what I am doing is taking minus outside. So it's become 1 minus x whole inverse, simply. Now I take minus outside here, 2 minus x whole inverse. Minus 4. If I take minus, it's become plus 3 minus x whole inverse. Isn't it? Now there is formula for 1 minus x, but not for 2 minus x, 3 minus x. I have to pull these 2 and 3 also. Isn't it? So minus 2, 1 minus x whole inverse keeping as it is. In the next step we will solve. Plus, minus 3 into, if we take 2 outside, what you will get? I take 2 common outside. If I take 2 common outside, what will get? 1 minus x by 2 whole inverse, isn't it? Minus 4. But remember, if I pulled outside 2, there is power minus 1. So put your 2 power minus 1. 4 into, I pulled 3 here because I don't have 3 in the formula. So if I pulled 3, the power minus 1 also there. So pulled with that power. Now it's become 1 minus x by 3. Because there is no 3, I have already taken 3 outside. So I am dividing 3. Whole inverse already there. See here, 1 minus x whole inverse. Already I have told that in the binomial expansion, the formula for 1 minus x whole inverse is 1 plus x square plus x cube plus etc. x power n. Similarly here 1 plus x square plus x cube plus etc. plus x power n plus etc. For the third term minus 3, 2 inverse is may be written as you bring 2 power minus 1 bring to the denominator 3 by 2. Here instead of x what we have x by 2. So x by 2 plus x by 2 square plus etc. x by 2 power n plus etc. For the third term minus 4, sorry here plus 4, okay, plus 4, 3 inverse bring to the denominator by 3, 1 plus instead of x in the formula you put x by 3 plus x by 3 whole square plus x by 3 whole power n plus etc. Okay, now easily you can able to find out the nth coefficient here. Now you see how to find out the nth coefficient. This is the nth term, is it? This is nth term. You multiply this minus 2 and bring out. What you will get? Coefficient of x power n is equal to, now you see minus 2 x power n. So x power n coefficient is minus 2. Now here coefficient of x power n, 2 power n in the denominator, minus 3 outside. So what you put? This term and this term, okay. Minus 3 by 2 already there. X power n coefficient, 2 power n in the denominator still remains there because coefficient of x power n means the only multiple term, not x power n. So leave it x power n. Remaining is 2 power n in the denominator. So that 2 power n, or you understand? Similarly, now you see clearly. This is nothing but x power n and 3 power n. Okay, whole power n means x power n, 3 power n. Coefficient of x power n now you have to take. So coefficient of x power n means outside 4 by 3, denominator 3 by n. So that I am taking 4 by 3, denominator 3 by n. So this is nothing but minus 2 minus 3 by 2 power n into 2 power 1. So 2 power n plus 1. So multiple term powers you have to add. 4 by 3 power n, 3 power 1, nothing but 3 power n plus 1. This is the coefficient of x power n. Do you understand? So similar way. So each and every problem for the finding of coefficient of x power n, you first solve the problem by using partial fraction method. Either it may be a type 1, type 2 or type 3 method. In this problem, type 1 method I have solved. So you have to solve partial fraction and then you apply the binomial expansion formula I have given already in the starting of this unit, in this chapter. So using that binomial expansion formulas, you apply here and then simplify, you easily get the coefficient of x power n. Okay.